Alright, motherfuckers. How y'all doing today? People keep saying, hey, man, talk about Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So let's do this shit. Now, somebody will come over here. I completely disagree. That's fine. Why are you yelling though, my man? And please don't call me no names in the comment section. If you feel differently, just put how you feel, my brothers. Now, Assassin's Creed 4 is going to be the 6th game in the series, meaning that there has been a release every year since 2007. That, my friend, is ridiculous. I'm only saying it because I can't think of another game that comes out every year with a storyline is important, it's thick and it's rich, as Assassin's Creed. I just said some real shit. No, but seriously though, think about the games that have storylines that continue on. If you want to say God of War, if you want to say Metal Gear Solid, that's just two right there. Like those games, I mean, a lot of games don't really make it past the third game anyway, because games start to get ass. After that third joint, it's like when dudes be like, okay, alright, enough is enough. Now the gameplay looked very good. It looked like an improvement, and that's one thing I can give them is every year they improve the core mechanics, they improve the graphics, and they just improve. They make sure the game's more polished than it was the previous year. You don't believe me? Well, go back and play Assassin's Creed 1. Go look at that shit. Now that was a good game. You know what? Let me say this real quick. Motherfuckers be like, oh, DRM ain't that bad. I tell you what, I bought Assassin's Creed 1 used for $20. I loved that game and became a hardcore fan for it, so much so that I was in Atlanta next year at midnight release and gave them my money directly, so I didn't go through the whole used game process. A lot of the games that we all love, we become fans of through playing off somebody else borrowing or whatever. So anyway, that's a whole nother issue. Let's not even go there. Now, I'm concerned. I'm going to express my concerns. And also, at some point, I want you all, if you feel like commenting, to tell me who's your favorite character out of the three. Because Ezio was so great, he got 3 games. Connor only got 1. Why do you think Connor only got 1 game? I think personally because the dude sucked. He sucked balls. He sucked big wet balls. He was ass. He was shit, poop, dookie ass butt. That boy sucked. Okay? He was just not appealing at all. Now, that's in comparison to the other 2 people. Out of all the characters, you rank them about who was the best. How many memorable moments did Connor have? Hell, even the last scene. He should have for real cut my man's head off, kicked it across the goddamn bar stand and say, hey, bartender, give me a milk in a dirty glass, and just sat there. But no, it was just like a boring ass. They had a little short conversation. He offered him a drink, and he just stabbed that man. None of the characters from 3 were memorable at all. And when you got a game that is 6 series or parts long, it becomes less about the game and more about the characters. Now you think about all your favorite games. Think about that little attachment or that concern you have for the character that you want them to make it through the sequence. Tomb Raider did that for me on PS3, the most recent one. Last of Us did that. Even the characters that weren't even main characters, I'm like, damn! I hope this dude don't get his head blew off on The Last of Us. Or I hope he don't get bit in the neck by one of these crazy ass bitches on The Last of Us. That's not the only game. I mean, even the other Assassin's Creed characters that weren't main characters on previous games, i.e. the ending from Brotherhood. I was all broke up. That shit ruined my night, man, when that whole thing went down. We're going to do the spoiler free, so I'm not going to tell you. I know some of you are trying to catch up so you can buy the new one. I actually cared. I just did not care about Connor at all. It's like I'm using this dude, and they're like, man, but people want to say, oh, he's so cool, he did this and that. No, you did that. You controlled his actions. Okay, but him as a person, what did he do to separate himself from the other 3? He just had no, he had no memorable moments. I already said that. He never raised his voice. He was very naive. He was just so dry in comparison to the other dude. Man, look at Ezio. Ezio was a boss. Motherfucker that's why he had 3 games, man. He was out here hitting off all the bad bitches and all that. Made me jealous on some levels. Like, even when he was old man, he was still getting it in. And Altair was just a bad dude. Like, he'll kill you and go right to breakfast. Like it was nothing. He was that kind of guy. But Connor, I just didn't feel like that from him. Which is why I think 3 was a step down from Revelations. Revelations also tied up the storyline. Excellent. They finished it up. I feel like they left little to no loopholes. Of course, somebody's going to point one out. comment section because they, you know, we're all idiots and they know everything. But, you know, that was great. You even got to go back in time and use Altair and get answers to questions you had for freaking 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? But 3, how many of y'all really cared? Like, if Connor, and then on top of that, they had me use, excuse me, but like when I started the game, I'm like, man, who is this guy? Who is he though? And why he got on this funny hat? You know, this was not the Native American Indian guy that we were promised. Our gameplays we watched, they ain't never had this just random ass dude, and then we get the game and boom. You realize that he is something that we weren't expecting. Again, spoiler free, so I'm not going to tell you what that was. So that's how I felt about 3. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I feel like 4 is going to have to be, the character from 4 is going to have to separate himself from the other 3 and be not better, but just had that edge to you. Another example of a great game with a bad main character is Far Cry 3, and this is all my personal opinion. You know, Voss shits on Jason Brody. I mean, come on, Jason Brody, your ass, bro. You're not even gonna cover the game. Straight up. That's how you know you suck. I mean, what main character doesn't get on the cover of their own game, fam? That's crazy. So, you know, but that game was so great. And I really cared about the characters in that game, you know. So, Assassin's Creed 4 is gonna have to do that in order to actually keep the pace up. And, you know, even like down to recruiting. I love recruiting on Brotherhood and Revelations. On 3, it just didn't really feel the same. And on top of that, you had to do a lot of sailing. And that wasn't my thing. It wasn't really my cup of tea. It might have been yours. And now what I'm reading, that's going to be a 60-40 split again. From naval exploration to land exploration. You can visit over 50 places on Assassin's Creed 4. Man, I'm telling y'all some real shit though. So, I don't know. I didn't like the sailing. And it's like you're going to be doing more of that again. So, you know, I don't know. And this guy's the grandfather of Connor and the father of Hatham Conway, or Kenway, excuse me. Don't correct me, motherfucker. I know it's you. Stop typing. I fixed myself. And, you know, we'll see. Now, he looked like he was going to be a beast in the goddamn gameplay. He was hiding in the shrubbery, went up and stabbed the whole bitch in the head. I love that right there. That's what I love about the game. So, we'll see. I'm just waiting for more gameplay and more information to actually be able to, and then also to play the game, you know. Like I said, I really liked 3. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. It's just like, man, this dude, the character sucked. Like, a whole cast of characters were dry. Like, who did something in there? It's like, damn, this dude is a killer. Or he's just a beast. Like, it was just too, it had a lighter tone. And as far as the environment goes, yes, it looked better. But, 4 looks great, by the way. It looked better, but, the actual cities and stuff. Like, I remember the whole segments where you was getting off the burning ships and all that. On Ezio's games, I was like, damn, this is sick. And it just looked crazy, it looked hectic. I just don't really feel like the game was too hectic on 3. So we'll see. And also the DLC on 3, like, it was just doo-doo. Doo-doo browns and garbage. Doo-doo berries. It's terrible. And I don't know. You know, like I said, there's not a whole lot of information on 4, but I am looking forward to getting it. And look what it's coming out with. It's going to have to be a banger if it's coming out after Grand Theft and after Batman and right before Call of Duty and right with Battlefield. So it's definitely going to have some heavy hitters around it. So we'll see how the game does in sales, and hopefully, you know, it doesn't turn into like you know, like a Saw. And again, like if Grand Theft was to come out every year, how excited could you really be? How innovative could the game really be in 1 year? At some point, you're going to have to pull an EA and a Madden. You're going to have to take a feature out of your game and then reintroduce it a couple years later under a different name as a new feature. I mean, they do that. Like, they'll straight, oh, we're going to take the football out and then they'll put the football back in the next year. And, you know what I mean, tell you it's new, but it's not new. We just took it out for a while, so. I don't know. Let me know what y'all thinking. What was your favorite Assassin's Creed 3 game and or character, if you want to go ahead and comment. And I want to see how many of y'all actually say Connor. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker had me playing hide and seek, but I'm out. Peace.